Here's the germination experiment, day 11. It is now the 10th, and you can see what the germinated seeds look like. Let me get you a little closer. I hope that's a little bit more visible than the last update. We'll see. Actually, looking at it really closely, that second one from the left actually has 2 seeds that have germinated. So we're doing even better than I thought. Okay, I want to document what I've just done. I've added a 3rd flower box to this experiment. I had some soil left to work with. I've sifted through it, and based on the success of the zinnia seeds coming up, where I had the fine material on the bottom, then the seeds, and then the coarse material on top, I've decided to go ahead and use that same pattern all the way across in this particular box. On the left, I have got marigold. On the there's a big, large square planter, or large square plastic tray, as opposed to the 6-packs. And then there's a 6-pack after that, and both of those have the marigold. And then to the right of that, in 2 4-packs, I have calendula. These are really old seeds. I don't know how viable they are, but since I can really only plant flowers with this particular technique, that is what I put in for here. As for future plans, if the first 2 continue the way they're going and nothing sprouts, then I may well empty that soil out, re-sift it, and go to this new pattern with fine on the bottom and coarse on the top, and try some other seeds and see if they will take. Okay folks, so I still had some soil left, and I was trying to figure out what to do. This is what I've done. I've got 1, 2, 3 of these smaller pots, and in the first one, which is numbered number 1, I have some seeds which I believe are from a bush in the driveway. It was unlabeled, but based on their sort of fluffiness and how they would be carried on the air, I think that's the only thing like that that I've actually tried to save. So we'll see if it sprouts and turns into a bush or what. But number 2 is Black-Eyed Susan. No, actually, no, sorry. Number 2 is 4 o'clock, colored 4 o'clock, as opposed to the pinks that I've been trying to grow. And number 3 is the Black-Eyed Susan, which I hadn't managed to get to grow. Actually, I've really had trouble with both 4 o'clock and Black-Eyed Susan, so we'll see if this does help. There's about 3 seeds in each one of those, and 1 cluster of seeds in the first. So that's it for that update. Okay, now it is, let's see, the 16th of October, and you can see that we've got up in the upper right corner there, those couple of flats, which were coarse over fine, are sprouting like crazy. I'm going to have to actually separate some of those. There's more than 1 sprout in each section. But over on the left, you can see that now the fine over coarse is actually starting to sprout. So maybe coarse over fine just accelerates things or lets them happen in normal time, whereas fine over coarse tends to slow it down. Also, if you look towards the bottom, where the bottom flower box, where the top is all fine and the bottom is all coarse, the all coarse is starting to sprout. Although actually, I think I see right here, I've got a sprout. It's just kind of covered in mud. So maybe they're working about equally when it's all of one or all of another. We'll just keep watching and see what happens. Also, in a continuation of the same sort of experiment, these are all, if I recall, of course, you know, I can plant the stuff and comment on it on video and then forget a couple of days later, but if I remember right, these are all coarse over fine with different seeds, just to see what would happen, and in different size planters. So we'll see what happens, but nothing just yet on the same day. I also want to make a note that last night I took the balance of the coarse material I had from the experiments, because I'd run out of fines but I still had some coarse, and I took that and I spread it over these first 3 planters as a sort of mulch. So we'll see if that helps with water retention, if that's really kind of the key issue. It may be that the coarse material is acting as a mulch to keep the moisture in, whereas the fine will drain it out. Or it's just evaporating off, but I know that mulching is a good thing. Just going out and buying separate mulch has always been kind of counter to the budget gardener thing, and I've always managed to grow something or other. So, but that's what I've got, is these first 3 now actually have some sort of mulch on the top, and the balance of them don't. So we'll see how these petunias do versus the other petunias on the other end of the patio.